My name is Bogdan Suwala. I'm an air traffic controller. I manage the operational air traffic team. For the past 2 years, I've been leading the CAI project, the Cooperative Airspace Initiative, whose goal is radar information exchange and coordinated action in the case of a renegade aircraft or other potential dangers in the frontier airspace between the NATO countries and Russia.
Today, Bogdan Suwala is going to the NATO Coordination Center in Warsaw to take part in a joint airspace security exercise between NATO and the Russian Federation. At the same moment in Moscow, Bogdan's Russian counterpart Stanislav Kishenkov is on his way to the Russian Federation Coordination Center.
It's a beautiful day, and we're delighted today to be able to carry out the exercise we've been preparing in partnership with the NATO Coordination Center, namely a joint training operation to deal with a non-compliant aircraft.
Stanislav Kishenkov heads the Russian team taking part in the CAI project. Today's exercise is a virtual one. An aerial incident will be simulated in a zone extending over both sides of the border between Poland, a member of NATO, and Russia. The Moscow Coordination Center will be training directly and in real time, along with the NATO Coordination Center in Warsaw. A coordinated procedures exercise which epitomizes new mutual understanding. The Cooperative Airspace Initiative is one of the first concrete projects launched under the NATO-Russia Council, which was established by the NATO member countries and Russia in Rome in 2002. The CAI project embodies a joint determination to meet a common challenge: fighting terrorist air threats, so as to avoid another 9/11. In 2002, the CAI project set up a working group, made up of civilian and military air traffic control specialists from NATO countries as well as Russia. Together, they drew up technical procedures for the transparent exchange of radar information in case of an incident in the frontier airspace between NATO countries and Russia.
Both parties have collaborated very closely in a search for solutions to the problems involved. As a result, both the government of the Russian Federation and our partners from the NATO member states worked in a very open manner, and the atmosphere in all of our meetings was both very friendly and professional.
Today, the Warsaw and Moscow coordination centers are participating as equal partners in an operational exercise to coordinate reactions, to sort out any teething troubles in the information exchange system, and to iron out any technical hitches. The CAI sites stretch from Ankara, Turkey, and Rostov-on-Don, Russia in the southeast, up to the far north of Europe in Bodo, Norway, and Murmansk, Russia. Each pair of sites is in charge of one area of information exchange. Today's exercise is taking place in the central zone. Hence it is the local coordination unit of Kaliningrad which must give the alert.
Please go ahead. Kaliningrad, Danilevsky. Please copy. The flight crew of flight Anna Boris Dmitry 4555 has lost radio contact. The plane has changed its flight path. Valery has received the information from the Kaliningrad Local Coordination Unit. He will now relay this information to the relevant authorities and the NATO Coordination Center. NATO CC, Moscow CC, receive information on suspected renegade aircraft. The crew of the aircraft has transmitted a 7600 code, communication failure. The aircraft has deviated from the route.
The suspect aircraft is picked up and followed from the start. The exchange of information and radar data is rapid, precise, and complete. The operators communicate in English. The protocol has been jointly worked out and is followed to the letter.
2, 1. Time 8:10.
Understood. Please provide additional information on number of...
While the exchange of information continues, on the Russian side, the procedure requires for the Russian fighter planes to take off and identify the suspect aircraft. On NATO's side, warned of the imminent entry of the renegade aircraft into Polish airspace, fighter planes have also been put on the alert.
Information from Polish Air Force units that air policing mission will be scrapped.
Roger, thank you.
Thank you.
And in real time, Polish Air Force quick reaction alert should take off at this moment.
These exercises are the fruit of years of joint effort, led by one of NATO's agencies, the Consultation Command and Control Agency, or NC3A. During its meeting in Ankara, the multinational CAI project team has been preparing the next exercise, which will unfold under real-life conditions, with a civil airliner provided by Turkey in the role of the suspect aircraft. After this event, the CAI exchange system will be declared fully operational. These meetings help to forge a spirit of cooperation and to cement the bonds of camaraderie between the working group members, a far cry from the mutual mistrust which lingered long after the end of the Cold War.
The CAI is primarily for three reasons. It's between NATO and Russia, that's the Cooperative Airspace Initiative, and primarily it is for transparency, for confidence building between NATO and Russia, and of course to have a facility to deal with 9/11 type of events. If there's a renegade, if there's an aircraft that starts to behave suspiciously, you would want to have a very quick and easy coordination links between NATO and Russia to exchange information on that particular aircraft.
The day's exercise is nearing its end. Kaliningrad calls the Moscow Coordination Center to inform them that radio contact has been at last re-established with the suspect aircraft.
The aircraft has resumed its correct flight path. Incident terminated. Time 8:59. Well received, thank you.
Moscow immediately informs the NATO Coordination Center.
NATO CC.
Moscow CC, please receive information.
The aircraft Alpha Bravo Delta 4555 complies with ATC instructions. The aircraft changed the course to the route. Time 9 o'clock.
Roger, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
The virtual alert is lifted. The exercise has gone according to plan. The operators were able to practice their technical cooperation. On the radar screens, everybody can see that the suspect aircraft has resumed its correct flight path. It is now time for appraisal.
Bogdan, this is Stanislav.
Okay.
The exercise has terminated.
Thank you, it was excellent. I'm impressed, it was very good. Большое спасибо.
Dziękuję bardzo, do widzenia.
Do widzenia.
With the Cooperative Airspace Initiative, NATO and Russia now have a shared and reliable airspace security system along their common border. Much remains to be done to extend it to the entire Northern Hemisphere. But that said, we may get there faster by air.